This episode of the Door County Podcast is brought to you by KBD Marketing Solutions, located right here in Door County. Custom screen-printed apparel, signs, banners, vehicle lettering and wraps, social media art, and graphic design. We are here to help your business get noticed. Find us on Facebook at KBD Apparel. Send us a message or email, and we would be happy to help you with a free estimate. KBD Marketing Solutions. Get your brand noticed.
Welcome to the Door County Podcast. Thanks for pushing play. Now enjoy the show.
Hey-o, welcome in everybody to the Destination Sturgeon Bay Studios. This is the Door County Podcast. We have an awesome interview, especially if you are a foodie, coming up later on in the episode with Kyle from the Door County Fire Company. So make sure you don't miss out on that and what they all have going on this summer. Maybe some new specials and just a lot of talk about their excellent food and other events and their banquet hall upstairs as well. So to start this episode, I just want to know, how is everybody's summer going so far? If you can call it that. Finally, some nice weather is popping, and it's awesome. We do have a little bit of exciting news coming up. You're going to have to stay tuned. We got a new piece of equipment for the Door County Podcast. I'm not 100% sure how and when I'm going to roll it out, but it should be here probably before you listen to this episode. It is actually going to enhance our video production and YouTube channel quite a bit. And if your business is interested, get a hold of us. Send an email at doorcountypod@gmail.com once that is unveiled, and then we can go from there. I'm super excited about it. I can't wait. I'm like a kid at Christmas. So I'll let you know what's going on with that in the very near future. So just find all of our social media and stuff like that. Also, the episode after this one may or may not be out by the time you listen to this, but we did an interview with Allie, who is like the events coordinator for Carlsville. She's like the Destination Sturgeon Bay version for Carlsville. And you'd be surprised at how many things actually go on in Carlsville and how fun summer can be there as well. So the entire county is always loaded with a lot of events and fun. So they have some awesome stuff coming up. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow wherever you're listening so you don't miss out on that interview as well. The farmers market just ramped up last weekend, and I was not able to attend, but I should be there next week with KBD Apparel. I have some awesome new t-shirt designs coming out just for the farmers market. So make sure you head down to the farmers market if you're coming to Door County, or if you are local, you'll probably already know, but it's 8 a.m. to noon on Saturdays, pretty much rain or shine. They've only canceled one time in like a long time, and that was because of some very nasty weather and high winds. So check out the farmers market every Saturday now from here into, I think it's October, I think. Fact check me on that if you want. But yeah, farmers market. And I did swing by Sunset Park and took a look at the new playground going in there. It looks like it is going to be sweet. It should be unveiled, according to Alexa from Destination Sturgeon Bay, on 4th of July. It should be a ribbon cutting and should be able to use it, and it looks like it's going to be pretty awesome. So make sure you watch for that. Go take a ride by, go for a walk around the park, take a peek at that, and check it out. That's going to be pretty amazing as well. Also, I think very soon we are going to have some weekly updates with Destination Sturgeon Bay coming out on this podcast. So you will know week by week with what is happening around Sturgeon Bay and Door County. And I think that might be beneficial because if you want to know, you can click on those episodes. They'll be labeled as such and find out what's going on. Otherwise, you can go to sturgeonbay.net and they have an entire events calendar there. If you are like me and have a ton of stuff happening all the time in life, kids, all kinds of stuff, work, extracurriculars, and are always busy and are just looking for something on the weekly, you can check us out here at the Door County Pod. I don't know exactly when that's going to start. There's a bunch of stuff happening behind the scenes here, and we will figure that out. So again, don't quote me on when that's going to start, but start watching for those episodes as well. Well, I don't want to talk too much more here. I think we're just going to roll right into the interview because Kyle was awesome from the Door County Fire Company. He has a lot to tell you, and you are probably most likely gonna be hungry after. So you can go down, have yourself a drink at the Door County Fire Company, and pick something off the menu, whether we talked about it or find something that we didn't talk about. Again, want to thank Kyle for coming on. Here's Kyle from the Door County Fire Company, located on 3rd Avenue, right in downtown Sturgeon Bay. All right, this week on the Door County Podcast, I'm joined by Kyle from the Door County Fire Company. Welcome in.
Thank you.
I love going to the fire company. Later on, I'll tell you, there's a few things there that are my go-to. You know, I could sit there and look at the menu all I want, and then when the waitress comes around, same thing. You know, there's like 2 or 3 things I love there. So let's start with when you took over the Door County Fire Company, and like what was your thought and your goal behind it, because the memorabilia in there is awesome. Like, it's a major tribute to law enforcement and fire departments, and it's just really cool in there.
Definitely. So my wife and I came on board at the Door County Fire Company towards the end of 2022, and we worked there as managers and ended up becoming partners with Ken and Tracy Glasheen, who were the previous owners, and worked with them for several years until January of last year, when we bought them out and took 100% of the building and the business over. The motivation behind it was, it kind of started out a number of years ago. I couldn't even tell you actually how many years ago. And my dad and I and a good friend of ours would go into the bar on Sundays, and we would sit there and have some beers Sunday afternoon. And I just looked around, and I love the building. I love the atmosphere that it presented. The food was always good when I was in there. I love that they had a big variety of beer. There were 17 tap lines, still has 17 tap lines. I'm like, oh man, this place has so much potential. And you just looked around, and I'm like, all right, what can we do here? What can we do? And I really just kind of started talking about it, and that's really where it all started. And, you know, I thought this was going to be a 10, 15, even 20-year plan on the road, maybe for an opportunity down the road to purchase it or even get involved with it. And one thing led to another, opportunity opened the door, and here we are. My wife and I took over everything last year, and it's just been booming since.
I know it's always hard to find a spot to park. I mean, even in the back.
Yeah.
You're 3 rows deep in the back sometimes. Little tip, I noticed if you get there like after 8, before your kitchen closes, you could probably get a seat a lot faster. But
sure.
Earlier in dinner time, it's packed.
Yeah, the parking around this area is deceiving because we are in historic downtown 3rd Avenue. So, you know, people utilize that public parking, but they're out walking around. We also have events upstairs sometimes that makes it look a lot busier than we really are. You know, my suggestion with that is, if it looks busy, just poke your head in there and see. You know, sometimes we have immediate seating. Sometimes you got to wait 10, 15 minutes for a table. But we always do our best to get people in and out the door. There's a ton of parking out front. There's obviously the public parking spot out back. So we try to utilize both and just get people through the door, get them fed, have a good time, and get them home.
Or just go sit at the bar.
Yeah.
You know, have an old-fashioned or a beer or something and wait for your seat. I think a lot of people plan to do that anyway, especially at Indoor County in the summer.
Definitely.
Anywhere you go.
We notice it on Friday nights particularly. You know, people are coming to get that drink after work, and they don't mind waiting. And our Friday nights are they've been insane. Really, the last 2 or 3 months now, we've had a wait really since 5 o'clock. It's hard to get a table, and, you know, be patient. We'll get you in. Have a cocktail. Our bartenders are itching to make drinks. We have 17 different draft beers, and I always try to do a good job of rotating several. I mean, we have the mainstays. People really like to come and enjoy a lot of the beer that we have on tap, but I always try to get a couple different ones in there throughout the summer, really throughout the year, just to offer a different type of beer.
So 17 different beers on tap. What are some of them? Do you have anything that's unique, or is it just kind of like other bars in town? Or
So we carry all our domestics, the Miller Lite, the Busch Light. We have our Spotted Cow. You can't have a bar and not have Spotted Cow. Yingling was the hot thing in Wisconsin since January, and we've really reaped the benefits of that. So people have really been enjoying Yingling. I do have to give a shout out to our local beer companies. So we got One Barrel Brewing, we got 2 or 3 tap lines with them, and then Bridge Up Brewing, just right across the bridge. And those beers sell fantastic. We carry Stubborn Sturgeon. Trent stopped in Friday night. He loves it. And we sell a ton of his beer. We sell a ton of One Barrel. And I think when we first came on, the big thing for me when I was trying to select beers was let's bring local beers in, let's bring Wisconsin beers in, and just try to keep it as local as possible. We've done really well with that, and I think that's what keeps us unique is while I do have some of the bigger brand beer in there, we always try to keep it local as well. I think we've been very successful doing that, and I think we will continue to do that because I like to support the community as well.
I mean, you got to have the mainstays, the big box beers, I guess you could call them, But I love that you have local. I'm not a beer person. I don't really like beer, but every once in a while, I find one, and it's usually some local beer that is just unique. Spotted Cow is one. I mean, that's not as unique anymore. It's everywhere, but it's just got a little different taste to me, and I like it. So that's awesome. How about your menu? What are some of your most popular menu items? What are you most proud of with the menu? I know what I like, but I'll let you talk about some of your most popular items. I know Friday is fish, but there's some other very unique things on there.
So I like to think we have a pretty unique menu, and we sat down with our kitchen manager, my wife, myself, really the beginning of last year, and we really dug into the menu and say, all right, what's staying, what's going, what can we bring in, what's different? Everybody has a burger, everybody has fish. What can we do to set ourselves apart and make ourselves different? We really dug into the menu last year. Our big menu items that I would say are popular ones are engine room wings, which we hand bread ourselves. We get the wings in fresh. I do the jumbo wings. I don't want to do the little rinky-dink wings. I want to make sure you get some meat when you get your wings, make it worth it, chewing off the bone there. Our fish fry, it's spectacular. We actually won the Potosi K-Vale fish fry competition during Lenten season, I should say. So we won the Northeast region. We have a ton of different burger options. Our Sunday roasted chicken is super popular. That one is, we sell so much chicken. I tell people, I say, get in early, get ready to wait, because we're just cooking chicken nonstop on Sundays. Our sandwiches, we do a ton of different sandwiches, and we just tried to bring a bunch of local favorites back. I know one of the new menu items that we brought back was, we call it the Black Forest Fire, and that paid homage to the neighborhood pub. So we brought... That was a fan favorite over at the neighborhood pub, so we brought that one back. Just people wanted it, and we were able to create it, and we've been doing really well with that. Our Pioneer Club does super well. The Shave Prime rib sandwich, that's my personal favorite. I'm not a mushroom guy, but I do the onions, the cheese, the steak, au jus sauce. It's a really good sandwich. And our burgers, I can't say enough about the burgers.
I know some of them, they come out, like my fiance likes the one with the barbecue sauce and the onion rings. Is it the Siren?
The Siren burger, yep.
Every time she orders it, it comes out and she's like, I don't know how I'm going to eat this. But you order it every time. I know. She just kind of smashes it down and cuts it up. It's just stacked so high. It's awesome. I have a little story for you. I never order BLTs when I go out because I'm like, I can make this at home. I had the BLT. I don't know why. I went out with my daughter for dinner there. I had the BLT. It is the best BLT I've ever had. I ordered it again later on, a couple weeks later. So I mean, don't throw stuff like that under the table. That I don't know what was so good about it. If it was just everything was so fresh, it was just awesome. That's one of my favorites. Otherwise, we love the wings. You are right. There's meat on the bone with those wings. And then the Friday fish, also good. I haven't had the chicken. Now you got me hungry for chicken.
We do a big roasted chicken every Sunday. We have chicken on the menu every day. We do our roasted chicken Sunday, and it's a podcast, so you can't see me right now, but I'm a big guy. And we pride ourselves on portion size. You will not leave hungry, really, with any meal you get. I promise you will not leave hungry. You got to feed guys like me. That's what I always say to people. But our Sunday roasted chicken is a 4-piece chicken dinner, mashed potatoes, gravy, stuffing, your choice of mac and cheese or sauteed vegetables, and it comes with a dinner roll as well. So, I mean, you're leaving with a to-go box. I will almost guarantee it. I'll be very impressed if you can finish the entire thing. So we do pride ourselves on that chicken. And just overall, I mean, we sell pizzas. I know pizza's the hot debate in Door County right now. I wasn't going to throw my hat in the ringer, but, I got to shout out the pizza. Every time I think that we could do something different with the pizza, everybody's like, don't touch it, don't touch it. It's great pizza. So, pizza's another thing. I can't even really call it a hidden menu item because the people that know about our pizza talk about the pizza. They order the pizza all the time. We're doing tons and tons of pizza. If you haven't had our pizza yet, stop and give it a try. We love the feedback on it. We love feedback, period. We always want to make sure we are taking care of the customers. If you are in, give us your feedback right away. Say, well, this was good, or, what about doing this? We do a weekly special for an appetizer, lunch, and dinner. We're always looking for different menu ideas. And honestly, that's kind of how we added some of our menu items to this last menu revamp was things we ran as a weekly special. And the feedback we got on them, like, oh my goodness, these were so good, or this sandwich was great, and this and that. It gives us feedback to kind of bring new things in and kind of switch things up while keeping the classics of our menu.
I can vouch for the pizza. We picked one up to go Friday night, and last night I downed the last 2 pieces in the air fryer. Excellent.
Awesome.
That's the only way to reheat pizza anyway these days. Ingredients on the pizza, it feels like you grew them in a secret garden behind the fire company and cut them up to order. The portions of it is awesome. And this is all my opinion, obviously. The sauce is perfect for... A lot of people don't put on enough sauce. And I'm a sauce guy. Maybe not everybody is, but... And it's got such good flavor. The pizza is really awesome. I would highly recommend it.
Now that we're owners of a restaurant, the food that we're bringing out, I want people to be satisfied every time they eat it. I don't want to bring a pizza out that doesn't have enough cheese, doesn't have enough sauce, doesn't have enough toppings. When you take that bite of pizza, you want toppings in it or sauce in it or cheese on it every bite you take.
Yep.
So I think that's important, and we've worked really hard to just make sure we're doing the little things right. We're not perfect. We never will be perfect, but we will always do our best to try to take care of the customer, making sure we get that extra sauce on there or the extra cheese or just making sure there's enough toppings and making sure it's fresh. That's our big thing is we spend a lot of time with our food vendors going over things, going over different options. We want to bring the best quality food we can while keeping it affordable. I know that's the big thing for people right now is affordability. We do everything we can to bring the freshest, the best ingredients to you at the best price we can, and we work very hard at that.
I think your guys' prices are pretty fair, especially when you see the portion come out, and you're like, whoa, I just got a lot more for my money than I thought I was getting. You go to some of these restaurants, and they bring out this, cute little thing, whatever you ordered, and it's like I paid $20 for this. Your portions, we take stuff home every time. I do highly recommend the pizza. You just have to come stop at the fire company if you haven't been there. And if you are not from around here, we had some commenters. Dave from Chicago comes up here a couple times a year. I have no idea who it is, but he's been listening to the podcast. Dave, if you haven't been to the fire company, stop in on your next time up. That's the whole goal of this podcast, is to reach people coming to Door County and help every business up here make as much money as possible in the summer, because in the winter it's tumbleweeds. You guys seem to still have a pretty good dinner at least Friday, Saturday nights. Even in the winter, you guys are full.
We have a fantastic local following that comes in and supports us, and we couldn't do what we do without the locals, and we always try to give back to the local community however we can. We want to be a part of the community. The community supported us, got us to where we were now, so now it's our turn to give back. We want to give a place that people can come in after work, 5 o'clock, sit down at the bar, have a nice meal, get a nice drink, just relax, take something off their plate 1 night a week, 2 nights a week, or bring your family out and enjoy a Saturday night or a Friday night. We have 12 TVs there. We try to play the sports all the time.
The TVs.
Yeah, I'm a big sports guy. I just feel like there was never a place in Door County that was like a true designated sports bar. So I wanted to bring that atmosphere. I didn't want to go full corporate like B-dubs, all that other stuff. I wanted to still keep it the local feel, and that was one of the goals. So year one, we sat down with the wife, sat down with Quantum PC. I'm like, let's revamp this here. So we worked with Quantum PC. We got new TVs in there, new speakers, really kind of revamped the dining room without revamping the dining room. Because at the end of the day, we are still the fire station of Sturgeon Bay.
Yep.
That was a fire station for 100 years plus before they moved across the parking lot. While we are updating the inside of the restaurant, we still can't forget the history of the building. And I think that's very important. So I know we talked before about the memorabilia that's in the fire company. That memorabilia will always be a part of the building. Where we sit in the main dining room, that's where all the trucks parked.
Yeah.
We still have the original fire pole, not in the original location, but the original fire pole is still there. And you walk the building, top to bottom, basement, the dining room floor, all the way up to our banquet hall upstairs. The history is there. The artifacts of the building are there. It's such a neat building, and there's so much history to it that we will never erase it. So we will always be a firefighter bar. We have firefighters in our family. I'm a volunteer firefighter as well for Nassawapi. We have a great relationship with Sturgeon Bay Fire, even the police force. We try to support them however we can. We want to keep that history part of the building alive.
You got to check that all the patches on the wall there, the flag made out of the hose. That's awesome in the hallway. If you just walk by it, you almost don't realize it's a hose. You're just like, oh, a flag. It took me a couple of times to recognize, like, that's awesome. It's made out of a fire hose. Also, let's talk a little bit about the banquet hall. Is that available to rent for events and stuff? Because I think a lot of people might forget about that.
That was, when we first took over, that was one of our goals, is to get that going again. A lot of people forget about that space upstairs, and it's a really great space, and it's a really versatile space. We actually just had a wedding up there on Saturday. We can seat up to, I'm going to throw a number out there, it's going to be a little tight, but we could do it, really in that 140, 150 range would probably be the max amount seated up there, but we've done some pretty large events up there. So we rent that space out, and we really do it for anything. We've done it for kids' birthday parties. We've done it for retirement parties, Christmas parties, weddings, business meetings. You name it, we'll do it. So we're very versatile with that space up there. The nice part about that space is it's private and it's yours. When you rent that space out, you guys are the only ones up there. There's bathrooms upstairs. There's a full bar upstairs. We can do food up there. There's DJ spaces up there. There's an elevator for those people who see the stairs and be like, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Right.
We are handicap accessible up there, and I think that's very key. This weekend, we got a 95th birthday party upstairs.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, I'm sure the elevator is going to get good use this weekend. But my wife particularly, I do the setup of it. She just tells me what to do up there. She works with each client. She is hands-on with that, sets it all up, gets the food orders in, does all the back end stuff for it. So she will take care of you. She does a fantastic job. We work with our kitchen manager to make sure we are able to get a menu that works for the people and what they're trying to do. It's an awesome space. That's all I can really say about it.
It is. I wanted to bring that up because I've been up there a couple times. It was before you owned it. It was way back in the day. We used to have a racing banquet up there once in a while. It's a really nice private space. I mean, I don't even have anything to say about it. You said everything I was thinking. The elevator, definitely cool. So you'll do like a custom menu for an event, kind of?
We have our set banquet menu, and that's actually a new banquet menu is going to be rolled out here pretty quick. We try to really tailor it off that menu. We are able to do some different things up there. I'm not going to say we're going to bring in lobster for you if you want it, but we have a number of different options. We really try to do buffet style, but we go from heavy hors d'oeuvres to a heavy dinner menu to lighter fare with slider sandwiches. We actually just did a taco bar this weekend, and that was something new for us.
That sounds good.
It was, I won't lie to you, I had to have a taco. I'm a big taco guy, so it was awesome. And it was for a wedding, so it was a cooler thing to do. We do public events, we do private events up there. We've really been trying to hammer out the card shows. We got a card show coming up on May 31st, Sunday, 11 to 3. This is our 12th card show. And anybody who is in the card and memorabilia game, really since COVID, this has taken off.
Mm-hmm. It has.
It's not just sports cards, it's trading games, Pokemon, Magic, you name it. It is hotter than hot right now. So we've been doing these shows upstairs. We get anywhere from 20 to 25 vendors, usually every show. It's open to the public, it's free. And if you're looking to be a vendor too, just get a hold of me. I got posters at the bar. We're on social media. You'll be able to see it. We'll get you set up. It's $20. It's probably the most affordable table you're going to find in the entire state for doing these kinds of shows. If you're looking to be a vendor or you just want to come check it out, buy, sell, trade, people are open for business up there. So that's another really cool thing we do up there. We've done a number of door cancer benefits upstairs with Dorothy Scott and the Peacekeepers. We've done different music venues up there. We've had our kitchen manager, Mud, Scott Keller, him and his group come and they do a hip-hop show up there, DJ hip-hop show, which is very popular. We have a comedy night that we do at the last Tuesday of every month. There's a number of public events that we do upstairs, not just private too. So we always try to get those out on our social media, on our website. So check that out. Make sure you're looking for what's coming up. We usually have signage all over the bar. So we have posters up. Come check it out. And if you haven't seen this space up there and I'm around, just ask about it. I'll take you up there and show you it. It's a really cool space up there.
It is. See, comedy night, I didn't know about that. And I'm in your bar like a couple times a month, and that's awesome. I didn't know about that. Where do you keep updated most on things? Facebook or?
So Facebook is our primary way of, like, that's our main social media. We do all our postings. So you're going to see anywhere from our weekly specials to events coming up to happy hour to different menu items that we're showcasing. We're updating our social media, primarily Facebook, daily, usually several times a day. We try to get any event that we have going on at the bar or even specials that we have going on, we try to get those signage up at the bar as well. We have a massive chalkboard as you walk in that says everything that's going on, from our weekly specials to our daily specials to our dessert specials, you name it, soup of the day. We try to put that on there so it's just a big menu board that everybody can see. However we can get it out there, we're gonna get it out there for the public to see, because we want you to come and try this stuff. Our kitchen staff puts a ton of hard work in, and we really want to showcase their talent and what they do. So our soup game, we got to talk soup, because
let's talk soup.
Soup. Our soup game right now is absolutely crazy. Bobby, one of our good cooks over there, he's huge into soups. So he's making fresh soups pretty much every single day that he's in. He's like, oh, you got to try this soup. You got to try this soup. So every day I burn my mouth eating his soup because it comes off the stove. So thanks, Bobby, for that. But, he's really elevated that game. And, we had a corn chowder over the weekend with creamy corn, bacon, just delicious, hearty soup. We had an Italian, he called it a divorce soup, but it was a wedding soup, basically. He used spinach instead of kale and didn't have the right rice, but it was delicious. If you're a soup fan, come try our soups. I mean, I cannot speak highly enough about our soups, and this is just not a personal opinion. He puts on a board back there, different soups to try, and all our staff writes a whole board of soups, and he's back there whipping them up however he's going to do it, and they're fantastic soups.
One of my favorite soups is simply a tomato basil.
Sure.
So I got to start watching to see if you're going to have that. A Reuben soup.
We did that for St. Patty's Day.
You did?
We did a Reuben soup for St. Patty's Day. That was a request from a customer, actually. So I went back and told Bobby, I said, hey, we got 2 weeks to figure this out. Said, make a Reuben soup. He whipped one up, and the feedback we got on it, he made homemade croutons for it, homemade rye bread croutons. It was a fantastic soup. We've done the tomato basil a couple times. The soup is a big thing, and we don't put that one out on social media as much just because it rotates. That's almost one that you got to come in and just see what's there.
Yeah.
We're pretty much running a different daily soup every day. We still have our chili every day as well. We still have our seafood chowder, which is a big fan favorite. A ton of compliments on that. Our soups don't get enough attention. We just don't put them on social media because we are rotating them pretty much daily.
That makes sense.
So that one is a tough one to keep up on. I'm a soup guy. And especially, it's going to dip down to 30 this week. I think I saw high 30s for a low. So it's still soup season as far as I'm concerned.
It's always soup season. I mean, for me, it's always just not as much in the summer, but you can't pass on a good soup, especially if it's not something you've made at home, or if, it's just unique. Like I should have got that Reuben soup. I've been looking for one for a long time, and I just don't want to make it at home. One last question on soup: lasagna soup. Do you have any of them in the rotation?
Yeah, we actually did that last week.
Oh,
It might actually come back again. I don't know if it's... I tried it last week. I won't lie to you. So I actually don't know if I just tried it as a sample or I tried it because that was the soup of the day. Bobby had it out there. Fresh mozzarella cheese on top of that. The noodles. It was... I'm not going to call it liquid lasagna, but it was liquid lasagna. You know, I think that one... I love that one. That one is going to make an appearance again, so stay tuned for that one. I think we could run the Reuben one again because the amount of corned beef we go through, and believe it or not, I know we're not an Irish restaurant, we're a sports bar that does burgers, sandwiches. The amount of Reuben we go through over there is, and the corned beef is, it's incredible. We're cooking off 6, 7, 8 corned beefs a week at least right now. So we have plenty of corned beef, so we could probably run the Reuben sandwich, or the soup again, I should say.
The Reuben is one of those things that I fall back on if the waitress comes back. Oh, you need a little more time? Yep. Comes back again. Need a little more time? Yep. I can't decide. Like by the third, screw it, Reuben, because it's good. It's, you know, Reuben is one of them. One of the burgers. I can't remember what it's called. It's just the simpler one with just like lettuce and tomato.
So there's the Chief, which is basically our plain cheeseburger, but you can doctor it up however you want to. Or there's the DCFC, which is the 2 patties, lettuce, tomato, onion, bacon.
That's it.
Mammoth of a burger. It's when people get that and they're like, oh my goodness, I didn't realize how big it was going to be. I'm like, here's my one-word advice. Grab onto it. Don't set it down until you're done. And then you can clean yourself up because it's going to be a messy, delicious burger. So that's the best way to do it. You know, all our burgers we do, we try to do different patty melts. The mushroom and Swiss, I'm not a mushroom guy, but we do a ton of mushroom Swiss. The Siren burger is my favorite, so I agree with that one. We could do that one all day long.
I love the mushroom and Swiss too.
We have a Reuben burger. Have you tried the Reuben burger yet?
No, I don't think I even seen that.
There is a Reuben burger. That was a new burger out, so that is pretty much our Reuben sandwich with a hamburger patty.
Huh. I'll definitely have to try that.
Different twist. We do a Hawaiian burger, which is pineapple, ham, Swiss. And if you got a burger, if you want to see a burger, find me. Tell me. We'll whip something up. Just don't come to me a burger with peanut butter. That's a no-go for me. I won't do that one.
I haven't tried that, but I would because I do like the peanut butter chicken you get at, I don't know how real food it is, but you go to some of these buffets.
Sure.
And they have and for some reason it tastes good. I don't know why, but peanut butter goes good on a lot of things. I haven't tried it on a burger yet.
It is the hot thing. I will not lie to you. I've been to a number of burger joints. You know, when we go on vacation, I always go to try to find a good burger. That is the one thing I see on the menu is peanut butter. It's like peanut butter, jalapenos. I'm like the sweet, salty, savory, hot. I just can't get on board with it. That's right. Peanut butter and a burger are just two things that shouldn't go together.
I think they're even mixing it in with wings, like peanut butter and jelly flavored wings. I haven't seen, like, personally around here, you know, just scrolling on social media, you'll run across it once in a while, and it's like, that's interesting. Like, who thought of that?
I guess I could see it, but I feel like you would need a little heat to that. You know, I see the sweet and heat kind of going together. You know, the wing game, that's something. So we're probably going to have a couple different sauces coming up here, so stay tuned for that.
Are you a pineapple on pizza guy?
Absolutely not. That is a no-go for me. We do offer it. There are the people that are like, oh, yeah, it belongs on pizza. I'm like, nope, it doesn't. We do it, though.
I don't mind Hawaiian pizza. If you mix it pineapple, not ham, but just bacon, regular bacon, and jalapenos, it goes so good together.
Sure.
Well, I like it with bacon, not ham. It's, again, that they have just such different flavors. I'm not a fan of spicy. I really can't do it anymore because mouth issues, whatever. I will suffer for some wings with some mild. I can't even do mild sauce anymore.
Sure.
You know, I'm not going to go into the story, but my taste buds were all fried off for a while and from radiation, so everything's sensitive. Even too much pepper. I will choke down some jalapenos on a pizza with, I just sweat. Everybody, my family, everybody looks at me like, you're sweating. I'm like, it is what it is. This is good. I'm eating it.
So, you know, I'm a foodie. I love food. Everybody that knows me knows I love food. But I'm also a very big traditionalist when it comes to food. When it comes to my pizza, I'm usually just kind of a meat and cheese kind of guy with the sauce. I don't really get into those fancy, not really even fancy pizzas, but those different style pizzas. Probably the craziest I get is chicken Alfredo pizza if I'm going to venture out. You know, we have all the ingredients to do a pineapple bacon jalapeno pizza. I'm not saying the kitchen staff will be happy about it, but we can certainly do it.
Well, it's not my go-to. It's just down the line. My fiance loves Hawaiian pizza.
Sure.
So I'll eat it. I mean, I'll eat any pizza, almost. There's a few things I don't want on it, but I always got to go with a deluxe or whatever similar to that you have with the sausage. And you have some different peppers on yours. I noticed some like red and yellow peppers.
We do the tricolor.
That's awesome. Every time you cut into that, just the ingredients just flow out the side, and I'm like, this is really good, because that's what I do at home if I make a homemade pizza. Just all random, different peppers, and it's good. Try. I know we're back to pizza, soup to pizza, but try it because it's that good.
Yeah, like I said, I wasn't going to throw my name in the hat. I saw all the other restaurants kind of get involved with it, and the big pizza debacle up in Door County. I just wasn't going to touch it, but I have to shout out the pizza. We go through way more pizzas than I thought. It's crazy, and it's something that you come in on a Saturday night with a family full of people, 1 to 2 pizzas will fill your entire table. And honestly, I think the way we make our pizzas, with it being so ingredient heavy, your pizza stretches a little bit further than what you would get if you would just go, to your run-of-the-mill place and get a pizza over there. It's not thick crust, but it's probably thicker than some of your just normal Wisconsin bar pizza. It is a filling pizza.
It's very filling, and I like really thin crust, but for the amount of ingredients you guys have on, you have to have a little bit more substance to the crust.
Definitely.
Because otherwise you're just going to get, it's going to be nice and crispy around the outside 2 inches, and then it's just going to be slop in the middle. And that isn't the case, even with all the ingredients on yours. That's why I didn't know if there was some kind of secret, because there's you have good sauce, and a lot of people say we can't put a ton of sauce on because then the crust doesn't crisp up. I'm like, well, some places do it. It's just my personal opinion, but it's one of my favorite pizzas.
Sure.
In town. Even I haven't tried any of the pizza fights up north. I just don't get up there, and in the summer I don't like going up north, because
I know that feeling.
it takes an hour to get there, to go 20 miles. But definitely try it. Grab one on the way home. That's what we do. If we can't figure out what we want, just call. We just called Friday night and ordered it, and went and picked it up. And again, I had leftovers last night, so.
And that's the thing too, is something that we've been doing a little bit more, or people have been asking to do a little bit more, is doing the not baked pizza. So you get off of work at 3-4 o'clock, you're not ready for dinner, don't want to eat at a restaurant. You call the bar and say, can I get a meat lover's pizza? We'll whip the pizza up for you and just not bake it, put it in a to-go box, and then you bring it home and you bake it at home.
That's an option.
It is something we toy around with. Obviously we want you to come in, enjoy a beer, have a drink, but we're not going to shy away from. Life happens. You can't always make it into the restaurant, but we'll try to feed you too. So, we do that as well. Particularly my mother-in-law does it very often for us. So
if that's the case, you might get more money from me, because if I could stop at the middle of the day and say, hey, I want pizza tonight, but we're busy, and get one of them and then take it home, put it in the fridge, and then cook it later, I mean, that might be a time I wouldn't even have stopped here.
Sure.
But now I'm getting a pizza.
I'll put it this way. It doesn't really affect us either way, because we're still making the pizza. We make the pizza and we just send it home and you bake it. That's all it really is to it. So you still get all your favorite ingredients on it, the sauce, the cheese, all that good stuff. We whip it up like we would whip it up if you're sitting in the restaurant. Take it home, bake it whenever you want, and it's an easy way. Good option.
All right. Well, now I'm hungry very much, and I have another interview coming after this, so we'll see what happens after that. We're literally 100 yards away, not even probably.
I was trying to figure out when I'm going to walk over here. I'm like, I don't need to get there 20 minutes early because I'm only a minute away. Yeah, we're going to get I don't even know what the weekly specials are. It was such a busy weekend this weekend that I didn't even have a chance to look at it. So when I get back over there, we're going to be updating the weekly specials.
Just go to Facebook. Go find Door County Fire Company on Facebook. And from what it sounds like to me, that's going to be where most of the updates happen, if they happen. And just go stop in.
Definitely.
Go stop in and have a beer, ask what the weekly specials are, and sit there longer, and then you're going to eat.
The season is kicking off this weekend. So this is the start of it. We waited all winter long for it, so we'll see what happens, and we're really looking forward to it. Come out, see us. If there's a wait, we'll take care of you. I promise you that. We're going to get you in. We look forward to seeing you, and thank you for having me on.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anything else? Any other things you want the public or people to know, or you think we pretty much covered it?
I think we covered it, and we look forward to seeing you guys.
All right. It's Kyle from the Door County Fire Company. Thanks for stopping in and taking time for this.
Thank you.
Well, are you hungry or thirsty yet? Because I know I am. I want to thank Kyle again for coming on the podcast. Every business owner is super busy, and when they can take time like that to come on, yeah, they're telling people about their product and their business, but still, it's taking time away, and time is money. So we greatly appreciate it. So go into the Door County Fire Company and tell them the Door County Podcast sent you. Make sure you check out their entire menu, all their food items. The wings are great, the pizza's great, the sandwiches are great, and the staff is excellent as well. So if you are a local and you've already been there, you know what I'm talking about. If you've never been there, you need to try it out. And if you are not from Door County or Wisconsin and you're coming up here to visit, make sure you make the Door County Fire Company one of your places you stop for some food here in Door County, Wisconsin. Thank you, everybody who listens to this show. It's awesome. We're getting very good responses, and we want to keep going. So just keep liking, subscribing, following, all that good stuff, whatever platform you found us on. And we will talk to you next time with Allie from Carlsville. And for now, here's where you can find us on all of our other platforms.
Like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss out. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at Door County Pod and on YouTube at Door County Podcast. Feel free to email the show with stories, questions, or if you are a business owner and would like to see what it takes to be a part of the show, doorcountypod@gmail.com.